So topic 6-4, we're going to be using equivalent fractions to estimate.
How can you use fractions to estimate percents? Think about this question during the lesson. This graph shows the eye colors among 500 students at a school. About how many students have brown eyes? Blue eyes?
You can use what you know about percents and their fraction equivalents to estimate.
All right, we'll try that. Select the percent on the graph. So 46%, remember how to turn that into a fraction and then to a decimal, right? If it's 46 divided by 100 right now, and just regular 46, the decimal point is after the 6. Dividing by 100, move it 2 places to the left, and we get 46 hundredths.
According to the graph, 46% of the students have brown eyes. Estimate 46% of 500. So 46% of 500 is about 1/2 of 500. About 250 students have brown eyes. Why do you use 50% here? Why are the numbers compatible?
So 50% is, it's if you round 46 to the next 10, it would be 50%. So that's why we rounded. And why are they compatible? Because 50 is half. Half of 500 is 250.
50% is easy to use because it is equivalent to 1/2. You can compute 1/2 of 500 mentally. Why not use 45%? Explain.
45 would, again, be an estimate, but it's certainly not as easy to do half of 200. Half of 50 is 250 as 45% of 500.
45% is equivalent to 45 100ths, or 9 20ths. You can use 45%, but those fractions are more difficult to compute with mentally. According to the graph, 23% of the students have blue eyes. Estimate 23% of 500. You can use 25% to help you estimate 23%, which is an equivalent fraction for 25%.
Select your answer.
So you might see the 25 here and be tempted to do the 1/25th, but that would not be correct. 25%, think of money, right? 25 cents is a quarter of a dollar. So 25% is 1/4.
25% equals 1/4. So 23% of 500 is about 1/4 of 500. About 125 students have blue eyes. Now you know how you can use fractions to estimate percents.
All right, so they didn't have us do it, but this hazel eyes right there, what would you estimate 9% to be closest to? So, I think that's pretty obvious. That's pretty close to 10%. And so 10% of 500, you just move that decimal point 1 place to the left, and it would be 50. All right, go to the try it.
Suppose the graph shows eye colors among 120 students in 6th grade. About how many 6th grade students would have green eyes? Explain how you can use estimation to find the answer.
Right, so we first have to use the chart to find green. So 16% of the 120 6th graders have green eyes. Okay, 16% of 120. Well, 16% is not easily computed with that number, so Could we round? Yes, we could go 16% is about 20%, and I think that would be easy enough, right? 20% is 20 over 100, which simplifies pretty easily to 1 over 5, right? So kind of mentally we could do that. And then, so we want 1/5 of 120. Meaning if we divide 120 by 5 and take one of them, we'll have our answer. So that would be 20. About 20 students would have that. All right. Might be 24. Yeah, it's 24. 5 into 100 is 20. And then those 4 extra to make the 20, 24. Right? The other way you could think about this is if you saw that 20% is kind of 10% doubled, a lot of people like to estimate percents using 10% because when you look at the number, you just move the decimal point one place to the left. So 10% of 120 is 12. So therefore 20% of that same thing is 12 plus 12, or 24. Either way, you can estimate 20% pretty quickly. All right, so the questions that go with this are 17, 18, 22, 24, and I'll write that here. You can get started. All right, so once again, numbers 17, 18, 22, and 24. That is a 24. I know that it doesn't exactly look like it, but it is. Good luck. Raise your hand if you have questions. Make sure that you get them answered. And remember, we have some tutors available if you're interested in that.